A Kentucky man found guilty of murdering his family will spend the rest of his life in prison. And President Trump spoke with Canada's prime minister and offered condolences as well as assistance. White House Press Secretary Sean Spicer says both men expressed caution at coming to any early conclusions. The solar eclipse could still be having an effect on people today. Doctors tell reporters that they expect to see an uptick in patients today, possibly with delayed eye problems due to improper equipment or from simply staring too long into the sun with or without solar viewers. They say symptoms sometimes take a few hours to show up. You should see a doctor if you are experiencing eye irritation, blurred vision, distortions, blind spots, altered color vision, or headaches this morning. State Representative Dan Johnson has taken his own life. Representative David Osborne said, quote, "It is with great sadness that we have received confirmed reports of the passing of Representative Dan Johnson this evening. Please keep his family in your prayers during this incredibly difficult time." And Louisville investigators are going to be asking a lot of questions of a truck driver recovering in the hospital after she crashed, apparently due to a hostage situation. Reports say that it all started with a series of shocking Facebook videos from Helen Jones of California describing a situation where a man was in her truck and holding her hostage with an assault rifle. Jones apparently drove her truck into an overpass on 65 northbound, closing the roadway. Police say Jones was the only person in the vehicle when they got there. The search continues for that suspect this morning. Police in Lexington say 2 juvenile girls are charged with kidnapping after holding a taxi driver at gunpoint Sunday morning. This is video of one of them being arrested. Police say the girls got into a taxi, and during the ride, the driver noticed one of them had a gun. Reports show the driver then told the girls he was unable to continue the ride. That's when police say the girls threatened to kill the driver if he didn't keep going. Police say the driver was able to call 911 without the girls knowing, and they were then arrested after a traffic stop and charged with kidnapping, receiving stolen property, and drug charges. Church services continued as usual at Woodburn Baptist Church following a Friday night fire. The Woodburn Fire Department says the damage was contained mostly to the attic and sanctuary ceiling. Chief Bob Skipper says it appears the fire was caused by something electrical or a ceiling-mounted light. Crews arrived on scene around 10 o'clock Friday night and stayed for about 2 hours. Skipper says people were in the church at the time the fire started and were able to call firefighters to the scene very quickly, so crews were able to keep those flames confined. Room in the Inn is an organization that is helping the homeless population of Bowling Green in south central Kentucky. That program allows the less fortunate to check in and spend the evenings inside. Churches collaborate with Room in the Inn to provide the places to stay each night, and they depend on the community's generosity as well. And we do begin this morning with the latest from Las Vegas. Again, 50 people have died, 200 are injured after a gunman, the suspect identified as a 64-year-old man named Stephen Paddock, opened fire on a music festival. Jason Aldean was performing. We do have local people that are involved with his crew, including Derek Mitz, who is his guitar tech. And I believe we have Derek's wife, Ashley, on the phone. Ashley, can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you so much for talking to us. I know you have to be incredibly upset this morning, but also relieved that your husband is okay. Can you tell us what Derek has told you about what happened overnight?
It's not the phone call you want to get in the middle of the night.
Absolutely, it's not. And I know that you have been out on the road with Derek in the past, and he is out on the road a lot. I'm sure you've never thought about something like this happening. And he has now written a book on his time in office. It's called People Over Politics, a collection of essays on his time in office, including leading the state through a national recession, working across the aisle in a divided government, and leading the charge on making health care reform, the Affordable Care Act, work in Kentucky. Governor Steve Beshear paying a visit to Bowling Green today. It is so nice to see you.
Thank you.
You and I were just talking. You spent a lot of time here during your time as governor, bringing a lot of jobs to our area.
We really did.
Is there anything maybe you would have done differently to shore up those public pension funds, or what do you think we need to do in the future?
Laura, there's a lot of games being played.
You say a direct line between almost every challenge Kentucky faced, including poverty, unemployment, lags in education attainment, substance abuse, and crime. Do you think sometimes lawmakers lose sight of it's more than, yes, we want people to be healthy, but we also want them to be equipped to be productive people, a productive population?
That's exactly right. And
welcome back to Midday. As we told you earlier in our newscast, Franklin police are telling us of a shooting investigation on Brevard Street. Sean Bowdy is live right now with what we know so far. Sean? All right, thank you, Sean, for that live report. We will continue to keep you updated on this shooting on Brevard Street in Franklin. Just happened within the past hour or so. You can find all the latest information on our website, WBKO.com. You can also see the latest update tonight on 13 News at 5 and 6. We'll be right back.
Where they received some treacherous amounts of rain. Of course, we'll talk about here in just a minute.
Yeah, and so many school districts decided to close today because of impassable roads. School buses couldn't get there. They wanted to make sure everybody was safe.
Probably a good idea. Yeah. I mean, just judging by the amount of pictures and videos that have come in from the viewers. Thank you, by the way, for sending those in. But things were pretty bad out there earlier this morning.
All right, well, I know you guys want to get to the forecast, and we will be doing that shortly. First, we want to let you know what's coming up on today's show. Our good friend and neighbor from down in Portland, Tennessee, country music entertainer Ronnie McDowell here with us today. Ronnie is in town. He's recording a podcast today. We're going to talk to him about that, but he also has a live show next weekend in Bowling Green. He has new music out, so we're going to get the latest from him, what's new in Ronnie's world coming up. And also a live performance today from folk singer Michael Bronstetter. Michael is visiting us from San Diego, California. I bet he's missing those sunny skies today.
He had a long trip, didn't he?
He did. Michael is stopping by Bowling Green on his cross-country tour. We're thrilled to get to have him today. And do you run cross-country? How about a 5K? Your participation in an upcoming foot race can help our seniors in need afford their medications and medical care, and also get you some great prizes. So we're talking about that later on Midday as well, and how you can support Children's Miracle Network hospitals. A lot of you in the mood wanting to give right now because the need is there in so many different ways.
Absolutely. And of course, we have
today we've been welcomed into a home that's been featured on the Parade of Homes, as well as the Bowling Green Women's Club Christmas Home Tour. The Bradley family lives here in the Preserve at Cumberland Ridge. And Liz, as you being an interior designer and also the owner of Lulu's Fine Home Furnishings, you're sharing some design basics with us today.
Design basics, yes.
Last night was all about the 69th Annual Primetime Emmy Awards. Stephen Colbert hosted the event, and it included record-breaking awards, humor, and diversity. But the night began with a little politics. Former White House Press Secretary Sean Spicer made a surprise entrance at the award show, appearing as part of Stephen Colbert's opening monologue. The bit appeared to poke fun at Spicer's defense of President Donald Trump's inauguration attendance. We get a Friday the 13th anywhere from once to 3 times a year. Not very often does it occur in October, the month of all things spooky and scary. Jenna Coles is host of Jenna's Kitchen on YouTube, and she's helping us celebrate today. You've got some great Halloween party treats. Awesome ideas. Good to see you.
Good to see you too. So
look how fun all your containers are.
We got little spider stickers on it.
I love this. Everything is so festive. Are you going to dress up for Halloween this year?
I don't think we are. We're just going to kind of hang out around the house.
Hand out candy to trick-or-treaters, maybe. Now, today may be Friday the 13th, but what's really scary is that Black Friday shopping is just 6 weeks away. Aside from making your list and checking it twice, you have to find childcare for your kids. A local party venue is offering to entertain them for 24 hours straight. Kenzie Layton and Lauren Slaughter are the brave souls here from Party Place. And we're going to get to that Black Friday event very shortly. But first, Party Place itself. Tell us what kind of partying's going on over there, Lauren. And if you think politics over here can get crazy, get this. In the year 2017, women in Saudi Arabia are finally celebrating the right to drive alone legally. Jeannie Mose brings us reaction from around the world. We hope all of you are having a very nice Memorial Day. We are grilling out just like a lot of you are at home. We're doing that here at WBKO with our friends from Bowling Green Fireplace and Grill. David Riley back with us, and also Jeff Raymond with Big Green Egg. And you've got a couple of eggs here today. And I understand you're a barbecue champ.
Yes.
A new year brings new hopes and dreams, perhaps some self-discovery and the pursuing of passion. Singer Tyler Williams talks about his journey conquering those fears in his book, I Have a Voice in 2018, also bringing the release of your new album. How exciting.
Yeah, we're pumped about it. Can't wait.
So the name of the album, Good For Me.
Yep.
Did you write some of the songs on the
Yep.
CD?
Out of the 7 tracks, we co-wrote 4.